Because we just want to show them the art of the ball. We don't have to specifically follow their function. You can say, hey, you can show them.
All right, guys, I'm live here with Brandon O'Brien, Wheel of Fortune champion, YouTube legend, poker master. Wow, man, awesome to be here hanging out, having coffee.
No, man, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of yours, for sure.
Yeah, we're just sitting here having coffee, guys. We're gonna keep it really organic. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. We'll try to get to them. Brandon, I gotta ask for my own Texas Hold'em game.
Yeah.
Get right down to it. I'm a pretty decent player, but you would smoke me day in and day out. What's one tip you could give me for my Texas Hold'em game?
Well, first of all, you want to invite me to your home game because I tend to do terrible when I'm invited to people's houses for games, and I don't know what it is, but I'm usually the first. Everyone's like, "Oh, Brandon, he's a professional," or whatever, and I'm always the first one out. So if you want to take my money, I will be the first one out. I'm the guy that always like, you think he's gonna win, but I'm always the first one to lose. So, but if you're gonna play I don't play a whole lot of Ultimate. I mean, I play Ultimate Texas Hold'em, which is different than Texas Hold'em.
Okay.
Ultimate Texas Hold'em is a game that you find in the casino. That's like they categorize it as a carnival game. So you're playing one-on-one against the dealer, and the player. If you get a higher hand than the dealer, then you win. So it's like a fast way to play Texas Hold'em without having to play the other players at the table. We're only playing against the dealer, which is different than if you're playing at like a ring game. You're playing against all the other players at the table.
Okay.
So if I were to give like one piece of advice on how to be like the first thing I would say to be a better Texas Hold'em player, I played with some really good players. I played with some really bad players. So I'm just really gonna say what makes the bad players stand out. Like I would say, just limit your body motions all the time, whether you have like a good hand or if you have absolutely nothing. Like I've seen players that have absolutely nothing and they're gonna bluff, and then they'll put a large bet out there, and then they'll go, stress, like they know they're not strong. Like then for the other thing, like one thing to watch for is if a player puts out a big bet and they have a drink and they take a drink, I call that the victory drink. Because they're so cool, calm, and collective about whatever the decision you're going to be. They know they got you, so they take a drink. So watch for the victory drink. That's what I call it.
So that's a good time to throw them in and bow out.
You want to, yeah. So, but as a player, if you can fake this, if you can fake the victory drink, if you're nervous about you got nothing and you're all in, and you can compose yourself enough to pick up your drink without like seeming like you're nervous. Take a drink, that's the victory drink, and other players will see like, he's too cool to be having a drink right now.
This is good stuff, guys. Drop some love for Brandon O'Brien. Check him out on YouTube. That's worth gold right there. I'm gonna take that to the casino maybe tonight and see if that works. What if I just do that like every hand?
Yeah, some people will pick up on that because you see, even just right now, you look like you were confident in your hand enough to be like, some of the people that just are sitting there like really still, trying not to move, that usually tells me there's something up.
Yeah.
Like they're not sure.
So that's worth gold, guys. Thank you, Brandon, for that. I gotta ask a slightly off that subject question. You mentioned that you might be moving to Playa. Is that potentially?
Well, I'm definitely moving to Playa.
Okay.
For sure, because I'm building a condo here.
Okay.
So I just went by there, not too far from here actually, and they're a long ways away. But I got a really good deal, so I'm like, okay, I can wait.
Yeah.
But I may be moving from North Carolina to Playa in January.
Okay.
So how does this work? Like, you show nipple half the live stream and then you put a shirt on for the...
Yeah, if I don't get any super chats, I gotta put the nips away. No, I'm just trying to be a little bit civilized. We got one of the best dressed, best looking dudes on YouTube here, and I show up sweaty and shirtless, so al estilo TheRopeMonster, you know how I do, but
I gotta start hanging out with you because you're in great shape, obviously, and the one good thing about living here. There's a lot of great reasons why moving to Playa del Carmen is a good idea. And you can probably find many of those in his videos if you search the playlist. But one of the main reasons that is attracting me to move to Playa del Carmen is just the healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
Because everywhere you go is right outside your door. You don't need a car. You can walk everywhere, and there's so many healthy options. As opposed to where I live in like a country setting. You got to drive everywhere. All the food is processed. If you're gonna exercise, you really got to like either go to a mall or go to the gym.
Yeah.
There's really no excuse because as soon as you walk out your door here in Playa del Carmen, the exercise and the healthy lifestyle just smacks you in the face.
Yeah.
And that's like at this stage of my life, this is kind of what I'm looking for.
That's the key word, is walk out your door. Because like in those other settings, like I used to live in Portland, Oregon, I'd have to go out in the rain, get in my car,
Right.
drive somewhere with the purpose of just exercising, and then drive home. There's those like barriers to entry to the exercise.
That's right.
Here in Playa, you want to go get some fruit or some juice, you walk.
That's it.
You go to the beach, you walk. Yeah, you got a Tinder date, you walk.
So,
That's
They use Tinder here?
I don't. I swear.
What is it? Okay,
I've heard that people use Tinder.
what is it like? Let's maybe you can answer this question for anyone who is single that's watching right now. What is the dating scene like? The best that you know, because how long have you been in a relationship?
I'm not really in a relationship.
Oh,
I mean, I've been dating, so that's
dating,
a great
okay.
question. This is a great question. We were just talking about doing a dating video.
Okay.
And I had you all type in the comments if you wanted to see a full dating video, just date video or dating video. Awesome that you brought that up. The dating scene's a little complicated if you want like a long-term relationship here. People come and go. That's the thing. It's like, okay, we're in low season. You'll see the locals desperately try to start pairing off in like April because they know low season's coming. The dating scene is going to shrink. And so you'll see all of a sudden people walking hand in hand with the same person week in, week out. During high season, the dating scene, there's just so many options, and there's tourists coming and going. Of course, if you do have those dating apps, there's probably more volume on there as well. And then,
a tourist is less likely to go on a dating app too. Like if you're on a dating app here in town, they're probably going to be here for, I would say, at least a month or more.
for sure. Well, and then you also, the speaking Spanish and or dancing bachata, one or the other. A lot of the, if I might say, the prettiest women, a lot of the most beautiful women in Playa are Argentinian. So not only do you want to speak Spanish, you want to speak Argentinian Spanish. I've been going out with Ava, as many of you know.
Yeah.
And she's gorgeous, but she speaks almost 0 words of English. So brush up the Spanish game.
Okay.
That would be a big one.
Okay.
Or just get really good at dancing.
I do have a wild card.
Okay.
that I don't even think you know about. But my aunt lives here.
Okay.
And she's here half the year, and she's been here for 15, 20 years now. And in 1979, she married a Mexican gentleman. So she's fluent in Mexican or in Spanish,
Well, Mexican, Spanish.
and
right?
she teaches English here
Okay.
while she's here.
Ah.
She's an absolute genius, and so I have no excuse if I want to learn. She has a book, for crying out loud.
So you don't even have to use like Duolingo. You can
No.
just go right to the
I can go to.
the
She
guru.
lives in Playa Car. I could literally just go over there like every day. But she told me she won't do it for free. Which is, I don't know. I don't get that family. Maybe a family discount, but what I'm saying is I have no excuse not to learn Spanish.
Sometimes if you pay for something, you take it more seriously anyway.
That's
right,
true.
too?
That's
So,
true. That's true.
Yeah.
So to answer my question then, dating apps work in Playa del Carmen? Yes or no?
So I have a buddy who swears by, he's always got a different date, almost every night. He works a lot, and so he just goes, I use my day game, like the beach game,
Okay.
whatever. I meet people in person. It's pretty easy in Playa. But he uses a couple different dating apps, and he's never without a date. So evidently it works. Yes, dating apps work.
Which one?
I think he uses Tinder. I'm not sure what else. I'm not really up to speed on it. but I
Okay,
know
so
for
there's
sure he
there's
uses
Tinder, which I haven't used Tinder in 10 years. There's Bumble,
Uh-huh.
which
I think he does use that one as well.
is I think Tinder's like full of bots and scammers
Okay.
in the U.S. I don't know how it is here, but Bumble is where the female reaches out to you first.
Ah,
Okay, and then there's Hinge, which is the other one.
okay.
And Hinge is, I feel like in the U.S. is one of the better options there because you can communicate with them first.
Okay.
But as always, proceed with caution, as most of those sites and apps are filled with bots and scammers. And when you think you're talking to a girl, you're talking to a dude. So
Like in his mom's basement, and he's like, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's sketchy.
I always like to FaceTime the person before I meet them. Like do a quick FaceTime, not a photo. You got to be a live FaceTime.
That's a pro tip right
That's
there.
that's like real quick, and then you can go from there.
Pro tip status. Okay. So, and then let's backtrack. Bumble, the female can reach out or has to reach out first.
Yeah, in Bumble the female has to reach out first.
Okay, I kind of like that because it's a built-in filter. You're not going to
Yeah.
waste your time like putting the feelers out.
Yeah.
If they like you, they reach out.
If you're a man and you find an attractive woman, I promise you, she has hundreds, if not thousands, of men in her likes. Whereas when you're in Bumble as a man, you probably have like 2 or 3 that reached out to you first. It's so. There's a huge advantage if you're a woman on Bumble. You literally have. They have like every shape, size, age, everything. So if you're going to be on Bumble as a man, you better bring your A game because you have a ton of competition, and they're just the woman. I'm telling you, man, it's tough.
It's competitive.
Yeah. So
Pro tip from Brandon O'Brien here on the
who's single, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the challenge for sure. I mean, right? Like we're going into hurricane season, for example.
Yeah.
And if you're single, you don't have someone to spend like 3 days shacked up with during a hurricane. It gets pretty lonely. So that's another pro tip from someone who lives here during hurricane season. Make sure you have your steady partner during hurricane season. Would you rather spend 3 days boarded up in your apartment alone or with a super hot Argentinian chick? Let me know in the comments. I would take the latter.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. As long as we were getting along.
Well, yeah. See,
Like,
that's the X factor.
Because some people, I mean, myself included, I'm going to put myself at the top of this list. I'm not going to throw anyone or gender under the bus. I'm going to put myself at the top because you people should only hang out with me in small, like for a few hours, and then they're done with me. Like
Okay.
because I am like way up here.
Just
Like
too much.
I talk a lot. I repeat myself a lot. I can be annoying.
That's why we get along.
This is like the dating app. Like if dating apps were honest, like that's what I need to put on there. I'm annoying. I talk too much. I repeat myself. Yeah, you'll get sick of me after 12 hours. You don't want to be stuck with me during hurricane season. Are you up for the challenge? That should be. Are you up for the challenge?
That could be a long form video. I mean, maybe if we're here, both of us are here during hurricane season. Guys, let us know in the comments if you want to see if I can withstand a hurricane shacked up with Brandon O'Brien.
We could do it
I think we could do it.
because we would just make content. We're both content
Yeah.
creators, so.
And I would probably come out a better poker player or blackjack player, or I would be demoralized and never play again, one or the other. And either one would save me a ton of money, right?
That's
So,
right.
Yeah. So win-win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah. What other games? So you do a lot of blackjack content on your
Yeah.
channel too, right?
Yeah. So, blackjack is, I have a love-hate relationship with blackjack because it can either be really good or really bad.
Yeah.
I also play these games by myself for privacy reasons. A lot of players don't. I take the time to explain things during the game. And as a player, if you come up and you just want to do a hit and run where you want to put down like 25, win and leave. If you're playing with me, then I might have like a situation where there's like a double down or something, and I'll take the time to explain it to my audience. Whereas that could annoy you. So we just go ahead and reserve the table, and that way I can just promote the casino, talk about strategy, and I can take all the time I want. And so my strategy is a little bit different, but I would say if you love blackjack, just learn basic strategy. That's like the first thing. You can learn basic strategy of blackjack in like 3 steps. Like you just need to know what your move is, depending on what the dealer has. Whatever the dealer's up card is, there's only like one of 3 things that you need to do. So just learn those 3 things, and I would start there.
That sounds simple enough.
Yeah.
Sounds like even I could do that. Wow. Okay, favorite beach in Playa del Carmen. Do you have a go-to spot? This is the $1 million question. Some people are like Playa 38 fanboys, and then some people like Punta Esmeralda, the Solitude, Playa Mamitas party scene.
This is gonna surprise you, but I'm not really a fan of the beach.
Okay.
I mean, so I'm really not a big fan of like being out in the sun either.
Okay.
So
that begs the question: why move to Playa del Carmen if you're not a beach guy? Does that? I guess.
I know I'm not alone in this either. By the way, okay. So I do like the social aspect of living in Playa del Carmen, and so with that being said, if like you called me up and said, Brandon, we're getting together and we're gonna go. You love volleyball. Like, hey, we're all gonna play volleyball. I'm at the beach. I'm going. But if you say, hey, bro, we're gonna go to the beach and we're just gonna like lay out in the sun, I'm out. So I like activity. Like, I'm a certified scuba diver.
Okay.
So if you said, hey, we're going scuba diving, I'm in.
Yeah.
If you said, literally, I don't like to lay at the pool, and I don't like to lay on the beach.
Yeah.
So there's got to be some sort of activity, and it's got to be like a group.
Yeah. Even if it's like 5 people throwing the frisbee or doing like jujitsu or something. I think we're the same on that. The only exception I make is if I'm totally gassed and I'm ready for a nap.
Yeah.
Then I'll do a mate and a nap sesh.
Okay.
But I have to be with someone. It's not something I usually do alone, or I'll live stream so that I've got like a group and I can chat and do something.
I just feel like laying in the sun, and this might make someone angry. Well, this may make you angry, but I don't like wasting time.
Yeah.
I work probably 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
And if it's like noon and I'm laying in the sun from noon to 2, I start to panic. I have anxiety. Like,
yes.
Like, I upload probably 14 videos a day on Facebook and 2 on YouTube, and everything's pre-scheduled. But then I have to go back and make sure that they upload it, and I'm answering comments, and I'm working on tomorrow's stuff. So it's like it's always something. To be a full-time content creator, you got to be all in on it.
Yes.
And that was like one of the things that I mentioned to you when I first met you. I'm like, I love your content, and to help you grow, you should go live every day and just be consistent. And that was like, and I noticed you started to be more consistent.
You did inspire that. That was, I believe, February or March?
Yeah.
And I think I went live 28 times in March because of you. I think depending on the lens, right? You can see what you're talking about as workaholism, or you could see it as a deep passion. I never, like, Mr. Beast says the same thing. He'll lock himself in a room until he figures something out. I'm the same way. I have a passion for this, and failure is not an option. You feel the same way. Like, you set your mind to something, you're going to do it, no matter what.
Yeah, I started doing this channel 5 years ago. I retired from being on the radio and television after 31 years. I was 13 years old. I was, if you remember back in like the late 80s, there was like cable channels where like the kids did the news. Yeah. I was one of those kids.
That's badass.
And so I knew in 1988 that I was gonna do this forever. Like I knew, and then I started doing radio. I remember doing sports on the radio, talking about the 1989. Talking about the what was it called?
Hola.
It was like the Hall of Fame.
Todo bien.
Hello.
Okay. Hola.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Elena.
Elena, un gusto.
¿Tú?
TheRopeMonster, this is Brandon O'Brien.
Hi. Hola.
We're here live on YouTube. ¿Quieres decir hola, YouTube?
Ah, ¿en serio?
Estamos en vivo.
Hola. Hola a todos. Saludos.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know him from YouTube?
¿O solo quería conocerme?
Sí.
Ah, ok. Bien, mira, justo estábamos hablando del dating en Playa del Carmen.
Okay.
¿Hablas muy bien en inglés o solo en español?
Hablo un poco inglés.
Okay. Can you tell us anything about meeting people in Playa or dating? How easy is it? You just walked up to us? Yeah, we know each other.
¿Puedes hacerlo en español?
En el español,
Para
okay.
estar más segura de eso.
Sobre como conociendo gente en Playa, ¿es fácil o es difícil?
Es...
O por
Ahora
la,
fue fácil.
la aplicación, like como Tinder, o cuál es mejor, en vivo o la aplicación.
En vivo.
En vivo, you got it right
En
here.
vivo,
De acuerdo, 100%
sí, yo
de
también.
acuerdo. Yeah.
Sí, porque en Tinder pues puedes platicar, pero te distraes y dejas la conversación.
Es la verdad,
Y,
es verdad.
y estamos platicando y tienes mi atención, entonces
Claro.
es más fácil así.
All right.
Sientes la energía de la persona también, ¿no?
There you have it, guys. Meeting people in person, Playa del Carmen is the way to go. It's happening right now. Un gusto.
Igualmente.
Es muy guapa, ¿verdad?
Ah, gracias,
Ok.
gracias.
Pues vas a tomar un cafecito.
Sí.
Ok, tomamos uno en un ratito.
Ok, muy
Cuando
bien.
terminamos. Ok,
Dale,
te veo adentro.
Buen día.
Chao, chao. So it's that easy, guys. That's my dating game in Playa. Yeah.
You could have gone out with her tonight.
Yeah, or
Easily.
right now. Right now, we might have a
Oh,
coffee
yeah.
after we finish the live
Wow.
stream. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, guys, I think putting yourself out there,
It's so, like-
smiling, having a good vibe.
We
yeah.
did not know her. That's crazy.
That was not planned. Yeah.
Because that was too perfect, actually.
Yeah.
That was too, we could have been sitting here talking about like poetry or something.
That's true.
Yeah, this was not planned.
Absolutely true. Man, hopefully that answers some questions you guys
Wow.
had before I even dropped the dating video. Bombs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that. Did you want another coffee or anything?
I'm good.
All
I
right.
forgot what we were talking about. I'm all flustered.
Yeah, what were we talking about,
I-
guys? Let us know in the
I have no
comments. Let's see.
idea.
Hey, guys, we got Jersey
It wasn't-
Stormer in the house.
It wasn't as good as that.
Huevos, my dudes.
I know.
Okay, the radio being on.
Yeah. So I left that, and I gotta tell you though, I started my day today knowing I was gonna see you today for a little coffee meeting. I didn't know about this, but I never say no. When I woke up this morning, I'm like, okay, I'm always trying to help other creators. I pay for knowledge from companies that say they will help you, but they have given me some great advice, and then anytime I get great advice that actually works, I like to pass it along to creators that are like doing their thing and working really hard. And because I was there, I was where you were, and you're just kind of like going about your business. Like sometimes we get in a routine every day, like, oh, we're gonna do this, this, and this, and then sometimes you need something or someone to come in and just kind of shake it up and go,
Yes.
give me something new. You need a fresh pair of eyes. A fresh pair of eyes on anything, even if you think you know everything, is good. Just be a sponge and take what people give you, whether or not you already know it or not. That's what I do. I'm learning every single day. So I woke up this morning, I'm like, okay. I jumped on Facebook and I go, he doesn't have a Facebook page. You need to be on Facebook.
Facts on facts.
Because if you're doing this for a profession, in other words, you're doing this and you're paying the bills with it, which we are, then you should maximize your opportunities. And they say no, like it's 2025, you need to have multiple income streams, right? Is it hard to start fresh on Facebook? It is, but with what he does and the content he has, it would be a very, very rapid kind of upstart for you, man. Like I feel like you'd get to, in a month you'd be monetized and everything. So I'm gonna help you get there.
This guy, not only knowledge bombs, but sharing your time, your effort. Truly, truly a humble, one-of-a-kind guy, Brandon. And I can't thank you enough for taking. I was actually about 10 minutes late to this meeting. My dumbass was out flying Ronaldo, filming a beach update for you guys, and then I was like, "Oh God, we said 10, not 10:30." So I'm running over here sweating, and you had the grace to just chill and wait for me. Can we talk about you being a Wheel of Fortune champion? Perhaps?
yeah.
What was that like?
Okay, well,
What happened there?
so I used to be married, and my wife and I used to watch Wheel of Fortune all the time. I mean, for like 10 years. And it was never fair to watch Wheel of Fortune with me because I would guess the puzzle with like 2 letters. So she was like, you know what? I'm going to sign you up every day. every day she would, you could just sign up, right? You know. And it was just like name, address, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
Which week would you be, you know, want to compete in? And then they're like, oh, we'll reach out to you, which is it's basically just a lottery at this point. It's very very hard to get picked. So we get divorced. Fast forward to right after COVID time. I'm doing a morning show in Nashville. Shout out Mix 92.9 in Nashville. We come back after COVID. And one of the things that the three of us talk about is it's easy, and this is where I love game shows and reality shows and everything. So one of the topics we talked about that morning was, you know, thanks to COVID, if you want to say thanks to COVID, it's now easier to apply to be on game shows, because back before COVID, to be on Wheel of Fortune, you'd have to fill out the application online or find the Wheelmobile or show up at a convention, at a conference room at a hotel, and it was just a big cattle call. Again, you were just like a number. It really didn't even have anything to do with how good you were at the game. You could be the best player out of 1,000 and not get picked. It was such a lottery.
Yeah.
So I was like, because of COVID, they've done away with, the very tail end of COVID, they did away with the cattle call thing. So now all you had to do, I'm like, all you have to do now is record a 1-minute video and send it in. And I'm like, this makes it way more easy, and you're going to be seen by a producer.
Yeah.
So then I played a little clip, just the audio part, obviously, because it was radio, and I played a little clip of my audition tape, and basically it just, you know, it was energetic, a little bit humorous. I think I had a good luck charm that I was going to bring on the show. 1-minute video, and I never thought anything of it. It was just a bit for the radio. And I did send it in, and then a week later, I get an email saying, "Hey, we loved your video. Would you want to? We're gonna set up a Zoom with you and 2 other people, and we're gonna play the game online." Okay. So they had the producer in one screen, me and 2 other people on the screen. So they did like the toss-up questions, right? And then they gave each player like 10 puzzles. With they got like a little bit harder after every time. So I wanted to kind of see. They look like bonus round puzzles, so but they started off being easy and then to hard. So I did that, and they're like, "Okay, we'll call you if you know how it goes, right?" So anyway, 3 days later, I got an email saying that I was picked to be on the show.
Wow.
Which was like that was not my intent.
How did that feel? Like getting that email, was it surreal?
I wish my ex-wife would have known. I hope she saw it, because I mean we're not friends or anything, but like.
I'm not friends with my ex-wife either, so it's all right.
It's all good.
Yeah, it happens.
So, the worst part about it, and again, you get picked for Wheel of Fortune. It's not like you fly out the very next week. You're put in a contestant pool for 18 months. That's a year and a half. Okay. So for the next year and a half, you're checking your phone for a phone call from like a 323, which is a LA, an LA number, right?
Right.
310, 323. Or you're checking your email, you're checking your spam folder for like, just, did they contact me? Did they reach out? A year goes by, and I'm like, I must have missed the call. I must have missed the email. So I'm like, hey, did you forget me? And they're like, no, you're still in there. I'm like, okay. So, but it's literally like a year you're checking your phone.
Yeah.
So then I get a call finally, 14 months after I got the email to be on. 14 months, they call me and they go, can you fly out this Friday? It was like 4 days from the phone call.
Wow.
And I was going on vacation.
Oh no. Where to?
So
was it cancelable?
No. It was a family vacation. So I had to decide. Am I going to tell Wheel of Fortune no or reschedule? Because you could reschedule, or do I go? And I couldn't cancel the trip, so I said, look, they're like, oh no, this happens all the time. A lot of people can't come out short notice. I've been waiting 14 months. We promise it'll be soon. And I did not believe it. I was like almost in tears, right? So I hang up thinking I just blew it. So I'm like, I can't, yeah.
Man.
So 2 weeks later, they call back and they said, can you make it like Monday or whatever, like 4 days later, and I flew out there. And yeah, and that's it. And I ended up winning $52,250.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's a nice little chunk.
I kicked butt. I can actually show. I have a little clip.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if there's any of that on your Insta or on your YouTube.
It's on my Insta. This is like this is called the first one on my Instagram is called it's like wheel in a minute. So basically it's like just real quick. And I'm gonna hold it up to the phone, but if not, you can see it. You can see it's pinned to the top on my Instagram at Brandon O'Brien. But here's how I did.
Now I'm seeing this for the first time too.
Tea kettle.
Yeah, there you go.
Pat,
Yeah.
I would like to solve this puzzle.
All right, go ahead.
Talking to customer service.
Yeah, that's it. Wow.
I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Okay.
Florida and Alicia Keys.
Yeah, that's it. Sing the category, Brandon. A letter, please.
D.
2 D's.
Educated guess.
Yeah, that's it.
S.
It's all the right letter. 10 seconds to tell us what's up there. Good luck.
Chrome
I
faucet.
believe that is
Oh my
correct.
God!
If you guys want to come on in a minute and say hi to me, live on YouTube.
Nice total, $52,250.
There you go.
Oh, bro, you are a machine. I've never seen that. I had not seen that yet. That is legendary.
The one thing that I learned about it, the whole process, is it's not as hard to get on Wheel of Fortune as you may think. It's been 2 years since then. I got an email about 6 months ago saying, hey, if you know anyone that you think would be good for the show, send us their contact. So go to wheeloffortune.com and do the application. Send in the video and just be, first of all, you need to be yourself because you're looking for authenticity, which is great. Like that's like in general, just be yourself all the time. And 2, just be very energetic. Like just be the person that you know, like if you get picked for the show, you're gonna be looking like you're having so much fun. So look like you're having fun in your audition and just be like, have a love affair with Wheel of Fortune. You've been watching Wheel of Fortune, you love the show now, and maybe what you would do with the money if you won.
Okay.
They love all that stuff. They want like, they realize that the money that you can win on that show is life changing. A lot of people have started like small businesses with the money they've won. They've put themselves through school. They've maybe they didn't have transportation and they won a car. So they love all those stories. So if you need money and you're a fun person and you're great at Wheel of Fortune, you are perfect for the show. So it's wheeloffortune.com and then audition to be on the show. There you go.
Awesome.
Bam.
Brandon O'Brien dropping bombs. I got 1 million peso question for you.
Okay.
Your favorite taco spot
Oh, that's the easy one.
in Playa. It's an easy one. Okay,
Yeah.
what have
so,
you got?
Okay, so I've only been visiting. I've been visiting Playa for a couple of years. My brother comes here. My brother Rob. He comes here all the time. He's here, and he's kind of done more of a. He knows the layout a lot better, and so when I started saying, "Oh, this is my favorite taco," he goes, "That'll change." He says, "It may be your number 1 now, but it'll be your number 2 in a week." So
Okay.
is that true? Like you find new places all the time?
For sure. That's why I got to do like best burrito, top 3 burritos 2025.
Yeah.
Because I know 2026 there's going to be 3 more. But all right.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
killing me with the suspense.
Okay, so this is gonna, you're probably gonna laugh. Like, you're gonna be like, you eat there? But I'm gonna eat there today, actually. So I go to iTaco.
Okay.
The main reason why I like iTaco is their pico. Their pico is so good, and they cut it up right there, and it's, I don't know. So iTaco, which is on like 8th and 20th or 15th, whatever.
Okay.
What do you think? Have you eaten there?
I haven't even tried it.
Oh my
There's so many
gosh!
spots. Look at this.
Because you went like, okay, like, dude, I would go anywhere but there.
No. I mean, I'm like, why is that not even ringing a bell? That just goes to show there's endless spots. Have you tried Doña Paola? That's a pozole spot. Okay. I mean, I have no excuse to not have tried it. I've been here a long time, but I tend to keep frequenting a lot of my go-tos.
Yeah. Well, I did go to Ceviche Cortisone because of you.
Okay.
They have that, so it's
fried tuna tacos.
that's the one. Yeah.
Fire,
I only go there because of your video. I saw it in your video, and so now I've been there. Here's let me give you a tip. If you're gonna come down here to eat, I've learned a couple things. Number 1, don't like fill yourself up at one place.
Yes. Facts.
like get the one thing you want. Get one of the like. Don't get 2 tuna tacos. It's too many. Get one and then get something different.
Yeah.
And always save room for like a like dessert.
Yes. A tiramisu at Roma Spaghetti or something that calls out to you.
Yeah, because if you eat too many tacos and chips, you're gonna ruin the rest of your night.
And then you see the ice cream of your dreams, and there's no room in the gut for it.
That's right.
Tragic.
So,
Tragic.
So eat like, and then the other thing was like, I'm just learning like, everything really happens around here at nighttime because of how hot it is during the day.
Yep.
So conserve your energy. If you're coming here for a week or a month, early morning is good to get some cardio in, and then maybe find something indoors to do or just in some shade. But rest up for the night, because what I've seen is like Playa comes alive when the sun goes down. And if you're inside because you wasted the whole day, I'm not saying wasted, but like if you wasted all your energy during the day, you're really missing out on a huge the nightlife is.
Such a good point, and that really is the rhythm. Especially that could not be more true as of right now during hot season, low season. Like 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. Yeah, you can be outdoors, get your cardio in, maybe go to the beach, have a little walk, a coffee. But yeah, then I'm in my new apartment, for example. I'll be editing videos, hanging out with the owner, maybe have a glass of wine, lunch at home, take a nap, and then boom, like 6 o'clock rolls around, social life happens. Like the group fitness thing at the Deportivo starts at 6:30, so everything comes to life at 6:30. Sunset's not until like 7:30, so you have that twilight or that the magic hour, and that's essentially the second sunrise is the sunset.
That's right.
It's when the day begins in Playa. Dancing at B Playa. Do you dance bachata?
I have not. But
Okay.
I am, if you probably can tell, I'm not the shy type.
Okay.
And quick learner. And if there is music, adult beverages, and women involved, I will do pretty much anything. So there's
All right. We're gonna have to pull you out to B Playa on a Wednesday night for bachata for sure. All right, Brandon, man, I really appreciate your time. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Guys, check out Brandon O'Brien. As you can see, this guy is full of just knowledge bombs, wisdom. The guy was on TV the year that I was born. He was already doing big stuff on TV. So he's got years of knowledge on me. Bro, I really, truly appreciate all the feedback, all the wisdom. Guys, leave Brandon some love. If you don't follow or subscribe to him on YouTube, Brandon O'Brien, check him out. Whether you gamble or not, his content is incredibly entertaining. He's constantly taking risks and dropping some knowledge. So yeah, thanks again, my friend.
Yeah, if you're also a content creator, no matter where you are in your journey with that, and you have any questions, maybe we can, or have some knowledge for me, because I'm always learning. If there's something that you think I should know that you've learned, you can find me on Instagram at Brandon O'Brien, and I love the interaction, and I love working with other content creators too. So.
Awesome. Same goes for me. We're all looking to grow and help each other here in this community. So yeah. Guys, that was awesome. We got a little Java wasted here with Brandon. All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.